What is going on, you guys, and welcome to the Upper 90 YouTube soccer channel. In this video, we're talking about team of the week for the Premier League with week 8. Now, if you didn't see any of these other videos, typically I always pop up the players, but this week we're going to do a little bit different. I'm just going to go through my laptop and actually talk about each and every game and why I thought these players made the starting 11. Now, if you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. Helps get this video to more and more fans of this sport. And if you don't know, obviously I'm a Chelsea fan, so I may be a bit biased here, but again, I think all the players I pick are warranted to be in the starting 11. Now, first off, we have to start with our goalkeeper. And again, like I said, I don't think there's a real bias this week, but Mendy was the best goalkeeper throughout the Premier League. Now, if you didn't watch this game, again, I highly recommend you go back and watch the highlights just to see how well Mendy was in this game. The guy was playing on top of his head. I'm not even sure how he made so many ridiculous saves, especially at the end of the match. And again, he got the clean sheet for Chelsea, so Chelsea got all 3 points and are still top of the table. And because of Mendy, again, they were able to go out and beat Brentford, which, like I said, Brentford's a team that I think is going to be harder for more teams than what they actually think. Even though they are recently promoted, they definitely are giving teams a run for their money. Now, in defense, like I said, with what we're going to be doing, we're going to do a 3-4-3. So technically I'm picking 3 defenders, but I will be throwing 1 extra defender as a wing back, and you'll see in just a second here. But the first defender that I'm going with is from West Ham, and that's Ogbonna. Now, if you didn't see this game, it was West Ham versus Everton. This, again, was a really good game, back and forth. I think Everton did have a few chances, but again, West Ham's defense did fairly well. And Ogbonna, again, scored a goal, was the game winner, got the clean sheet, so overall was the man of the match in this game as well, which is why he's being selected in the Premier League Team of the Week this week. Now, alongside him, I'm going to go with Matip from Liverpool. Now, this one's a little more skewed because Liverpool itself, have easier time against Watford. They scored so many goals in the beginning that, again, Watford had to really come out and start attacking more. And again, Liverpool pretty much dictated this entire match, and therefore I didn't think there was one standout player in defense. Again, I will talk about the attacking third, but in defense, I don't think there's one that stood out too much, but I think Matip overall had a really good game, which is why I'm picking him in the starting 11. And then rounding out our defense, we're going to have Cancelo from Manchester City. Now, I really like this player for Manchester City. I don't like Manchester City, but every time Cancelo plays, it just seems to really help with the attacking third for Manchester City, but also he can really defend well, and he can play a lot of 1-2 combos with the midfield, and he therefore opens up the defenses when he plays. I think he's a very key player for Manchester City this year. If he ever is out or hurt, I think that could be a huge issue for Manchester City. Yes, again, they have a whole stardom of other players that can really take that role, but again, I think Cancelo is their best defender, minus Ruben Diaz. Again, more attacking mindset. I'm thinking Cancelo. Ruben Diaz is a rock solid CB, but again, he didn't even start this game. So Laporte and Stones got the starting role, but again, Cancelo was definitely the best defender for Manchester City in this week. Now, moving on to the midfield, like I said, I am going to throw 1 midfielder slash defender there, and that is Ben Chilwell. Now, like I said, Ben Chilwell has been playing out of his mind these last couple matches. Scored a goal last time against Southampton, scored again in the Brentford game, and also scored on international duty. Not that that plays a role in the starting 11 here, but just he's on cloud 9 right now. And again, it's his position to lose at Chelsea, and therefore, again, I'm picking him for another defender slash wingback slash midfielder because I think he's warranted this position. Now, our other 3 midfielders that I am picking, the first one is going to be Tielemans from Leicester City. Now, if you didn't see this game, this I did not predict. I thought for sure Leicester versus Manchester United was going to be a very boring game, but lo and behold, this ended up being a cracker of a match, and Tielemans had one of the best goals I've seen this season. Harry Maguire definitely had some issues this game, and again, Tielemans got the ball coming across and was just able to chip over De Gea, and again, a very beautiful goal. Not just that, but in the midfield, very well organized, and again, it was able to dictate this game, and therefore he's actually the top midfielder this week for me personally. Again, you may disagree, but I think he was the best midfielder in the Premier League this week. Now, the next midfielder that I have then in this lineup ends up being McGinn from Aston Villa. even though they lost to Wolves, again, I think McGinn always puts in a good shift for Aston Villa. Had a ridiculous strike, and again, I feel like anytime McGinn scores, it's always just a great volley or half volley from outside the box. And again, he's going to have a massive highlight reel when he ends his career. But again, they didn't end up winning the game, which is a shame for Aston Villa. Wolves somehow just did it all in the last couple minutes and won the match. So therefore, it's definitely a huge defeat for Aston Villa. But again, Josh McGinn had a really good game. And in our last midfielder, we're going to go with Højbjerg from Tottenham. Now, I think overall he has been Tottenham's one of the best players. Again, you could argue some of the other players, but in the midfield, he's been their rock solid midfielder because, again, he's able to just clog the entire system up. And therefore, again, has been helping Tottenham win each and every match that they've been winning this season. Now, I just want to go over his stats because, again, sometimes you see a player like this and you're like, why is he even being picked? And the reason why I actually am going with him is because not only did he have an assist, but again, he had multiple block shots, multiple interceptions in this game. And again, like I said, I think sometimes CDMs don't get the recognition that they deserve. And I think he deserved it this week, which is why he's being selected. Now, moving on to the top three players, our forwards. The first two really shouldn't be coming as a surprise. We're going to go with a dynamic duo from Liverpool, and that is going to be Mohamed Salah and Roberto Firmino because, again, they both just had an exceptional week this weekend against Watford. Roberto Firmino having a hat trick and Salah just having one of those ridiculous goals. Again, just watching that in slow motion, it's hard to even think how this guy processes what he's doing on the pitch, because even in slow motion, he was able to just wind and turn, go past three defenders, fake a shot, then curl around Ben Foster, and again, just a phenomenal goal for Mohamed Salah. And then our last forward that I am picking this week in the Premier League, Week 8, happens to be Daka from Leicester City. I think he is well-deserved this week as well. Again, some people may argue that Broja should maybe be on there from Southampton. But again, I think Daka had a really good game for Leicester City, and therefore this is his first time making Premier League Team of the Week. And again, I'm applauding Leicester City for the great game they had against Manchester United. So that is all I have for you today on the Premier League Team of the Week. Comment down below what you think on this team, which players you think should have made the list, and which players should I have kicked out of this list. I'm really curious to see what you think on this week. So that is all. And again, if you haven't, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to this YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate that. And that is it, and we will see you next time.